All right, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, good whenever it is you tune in. Hope all is going well with you. It is I, Coach, and across from me to my left.
It's Ray.
So welcome back to another episode of Ray and J Odyssey.
We're back.
Well, it's just Ray and Odyssey, and you would think I have a better intro for this.
Yeah.
This game kind of snuck up on me. Not gonna lie. The timing was a little bit late.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of doing a couple things, and well, me and Ray are back to being gym bros.
Yes.
So
It's been how long?
it's been a couple years.
Yeah.
At least for us sharing the time.
Yeah.
It was definitely like during COVID and whatnot, and I think that's what made it easier for us.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we occupied our time some way.
Yeah.
And now we're in this position where we're trying to get back. We're trying to have a more stable schedule, but that also means that we're exerting a lot of energy that we normally would have had for situations like tonight.
Yeah. And the cool thing too is like this time around, we have the means to eat healthier and to really kind of get the benefits of our workouts. But I will say, last time Coach joined me, I had been going for about a year and a half of my own. Coach joined me, and I told him, okay, ease into it. Just follow my routine. You don't have to do the same amount of sets. You don't have to do the same weight, but do the same exercise at least. This man did not listen to me. He matched me set for set, rep for rep, until we got to cardio, where he just collapsed. And he was like kicking himself, like, oh man, it could have kept going. I'm like, no, this is your first time in the gym and you did that? Bro, you're fine.
I function off of competition and spite.
Yes! Don't know how he does it, but he does. So now we're gym bros again, but we kind of just go off and do our own thing and then kind of meet up later. So.
Yeah. Jay's also, he's been a long tenured gym bro now.
Yes.
Yeah. And we just go to different places because they're more geographically convenient and better for our schedules.
Yes.
Happy does join him too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all gym people officially.
Yay.
I hurt. But
now what you want to do is never go to the gym with True Graphic. I went with him last Saturday, and that's basically what pumped me to kind of get back into it. But my God, was I hurting for a while.
I remember there was a time where all three of us were there.
Yes.
At one point.
Yes.
And so I got to experience that.
Uh-huh.
And then you were having to hold me back.
Uh-huh.
And yet, I was still trying to be the same old stubborn gym dude. And yeah, I flatlined a lot faster.
Yeah.
I don't know why he does those American Ninja Warrior rituals, but
he's trying to be Batman. That's why.
He's trying to be absolute Batman.
Right. The crazy thing is, I was working out with him, and we're going through routine. I was doing pretty well. We get to the final set, and he says, "All right, Ray. We'll do some dumbbells to finish things off. You can pick the amount of weight that you want." So I go for the 30s because that's usually the light weight that I start with. I went to go pick up that dumbbell. It didn't move. Like, you remember the scene in Age of Ultron where everyone's sitting around and trying to pick up Mjolnir, and Cap goes up there and it like just moves slightly. That was me. And it's just like, he's like, Ray? He's like, Ray? And I was like, it's not moving. So, yeah. But, no, we're glad to be back to it. Feels good.
I think you're improving a lot better from it.
Oh?
Just because of, like you said, your energy levels and how it's been affecting you. And
yeah.
Like, because we had to stop because of health reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So it's like you were hurting in one way, I was hurting in a different way, and over time it was just it, our body was like, "Hey, can we get back to that at some point?"
Yeah. It's kind of interesting too when you think about it, because like I've the past like week or so I've been feeling kind of rough, but I figured that was just due to life recently. Been a lot more busier, and now that I was like, okay, I feel good enough because I had that uh, gym session. I'm like, okay, I didn't feel too rough afterwards. I felt soreness, but this wasn't like, oh, I'm dead like I had been in the past.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to get back into it. And it's only been a couple days, and I don't know, it's just my breathing is better. I feel just a bit more energized. Just the other day, we're going through a presentation at work. I was nodding out. Really important presentation too, and I'm like sitting in the back, just like, gotta stay awake for this. But this time around, oh, fully awake. So it's funny how like getting back into a routine like this doesn't make you tired, but it restores that energy.
Yeah, and I thought that it was going to hurt me because I've been doing a much more physically tasking job.
Yeah.
Um, and I showed up to work today after having our workout session yesterday, and I was like, "Hang on, who'd have thought that improving your muscles actually makes certain things easier?"
And it's understandable to think that oh, I'm too tired from the gym. There's no way I'm gonna have the strength and stuff to do what I do, tomorrow. But if you know how to approach it, you can train your body, the right way, and so you benefit from that.
Yeah, I would suggest that a lot of the solutions that you would have to something that's like physically demanding has to start from the mind.
Right.
It's training your willpower in a lot of ways, because I I was just on the treadmill for about 30 minutes. And I didn't have to because I didn't have a goal in mind. I was just walking just to see like how do my legs feel after a certain amount of time. And I stopped thinking about how long it was going to take me. I stopped thinking about what my heart rate looks like. I stopped thinking about how much I've traveled. I stopped thinking about like the incline or whatever, the speed that I'm going at or whatever. I just kept doing it because I just needed a clear mind.
Right.
And I just needed something for my body to do in the meantime. So I just kept walking.
Yep.
And 30 minutes happened, and I've already was like walking like essentially 2 miles and stuff.
Sweet.
So, and that was with elevation.
Okay.
And then I got back into that mode when I was just doing sit-ups or crunchies. And for the longest time, whenever I attempted anything that had to do with my abdomen, I was getting major cramps.
Ooh.
I mean, I couldn't move.
Ooh.
That's how bad they were.
Yeah.
And I was feeling them again.
Okay.
But I just stuck with my breathing, just making sure that, like, hey, if I have a lot of pressure built up in this area, the one thing I can do, even though I'm lying on my back and I feel like I'm completely motionless, is to just breathe. And then slowly exhaling, 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 exhaling. Just getting it out. The cramp eventually went away. And then I proceeded to do crunches for like 5 minutes straight, no breaks. Again, I stopped counting.
You hear that, folks? He runs on spite.
I just had my eyes closed, and I was just in a motion, and I was just in a rhythm.
Wow.
And then from there, I was just like, you know what? I don't even know how many I'm doing, but I'm not going to stop. And so, yeah.
I wish I would have caught that on video. Man,
I could probably do it again.
Not right now, but
No, of course not right now. But like at one of these days, I can probably do it again.
Yeah.
I can slip back into that mindset and be like, all right, cool. So
okay,
it doesn't really matter what I do. And then because you picked up the 30-pound dumbbells, I picked up the long squiggly bar.
Oh, the grooves.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the the scroll bar.
Yeah, okay. So I did that. I lifted the 55 because that's what I'm used to doing for work. And I just, was on the bench and just did a couple of those exercises until I physically couldn't lift up the bar anymore.
Okay.
And then I did some more chest exercises until I physically couldn't do it anymore.
Hmm.
So I kind of train. I'm in a different phase where I just train till failure, and then move on, and then try another thing. Train till failure, and then move on.
Okay.
I don't know how to track anything that I'm doing, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be sustainable long term. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll find some sort of way.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some lessons from Link.
And
Or
like
slap.
there's some debates about training till failure. I personally don't, just because I like to keep track of my progress, and it's easier for me to keep track of that when I got the numbers in front of me and say like, okay, last time I did this many sets, this many reps. Now I'm doing this many sets, this many reps. There's a clear increase or decrease.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I'm going till failure, like, well, I'm going off of a feeling. How do I know that this is, more or less than last time? Oh god. Oh god.
But I also think that's. We're barely 10 seconds in. Did you already die?
Yes. There was a gaping hole, okay?
And you were like, I'm going to go in that hole. You're a cave diver.
But you were saying?
I think what helps is that, you're going to have ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to belittle your accomplishments if you couldn't do as much as what you could before. So, like, hey, I just go until my body says it's time for me to go. And whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like in that particular day, that's enough.
That's a good point.
And I don't want it to be like, oh, well, I didn't do this and I didn't hit my goal and I'm not on the right track or whatever. No.
Yeah.
We've said this before, and other people have said it a lot. Progression is never linear.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to be this upward curve that you're expecting.
Yeah.
Like some days you will just give out faster.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But what do you do for the next time?
Yeah.
So I think it's like, how do you approach this mentally? And there's different solutions. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right.
Yeah.
But we all have to treat each other according to how our body is reacting to us. Was that a tiny skeleton?
Yes, it was.
Did you just beat a dead child?
No, they're midgets.
That's not better.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but it's not so much that like I'm expecting to do more the next time that I track the progress. And it's like, oh, if I don't do more, I'm disappointed. I always look at it as like, okay, I didn't do more this time. Maybe I need to rest and recover a bit better.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about how you track your solutions.
Yeah. So that's how I always take it, but I do know that there's some out there who are like, pushing themselves, and it's like, oh, I didn't do as much last time, I need to try to get better.
But I think that for me, I have to train my willpower for it, because it was your decision first to go back.
Yes.
And I had to kind of be along for the ride.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because I'm the ride.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, with gas prices being what it is, and I don't want to have to like drop you off, come back, pick you back up, come back,
yeah,
and always have to like linger around for an arbitrary amount of time while you're just done.
Yeah.
It's not like we're at a place where we can just kind of have like a plaza of things to do around us. I'm like, no, it's kind of just like, here's gym, here's boring store stuff around it.
Right.
It's either just like, here, stay inside and deal with the heat, or stay outside and deal with the heat.
Yeah.
All right, let me just might as well join you.
Yeah.
Plus, I got to just join for $1.
Very true.
Like, of course, it's gonna happen. I spent $1 on it. We got a good amount of amenities as well attached to it. So
Yeah. Because this is a gym that I used to go to a while back, and the guy that signed us up like instantly recognized me and was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hook you up." I'm like, "Oh, like I didn't necessarily, ask for that. Like I came in fully expecting to pay a certain amount, out the door, but no, he was really cool." So you need to buy a lantern.
So yeah, like for me, my willpower was the first thing that had to be trained and challenged.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of opted for this route.
And who knows? I might do some progress pictures.
Yeah.
This is one day after the gym. This is 1 month at the gym. This is 1 year at the gym.
We're cutting to next year's streaming. We're all just Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Tonight we're playing the latest Call of Duty. See, I can do a pretty good Schwarzenegger impression. You're not the only one into voice acting.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, I got the scholarship for it. So I don't know what just happened.
Form of a wolf. Just gotta wait till it does like this glowy thingy, attack it, and then look at that, I ripped out its soul!
Congratulations, you're a snow snatcher.
So then I gotta follow this.
Speaking of different forms, we wanted to talk about the upcoming remake for Ocarina of Time.
Yes. I keep hearing different things about it, but when I first heard about it, I was like, they're doing a remake, and apparently this isn't like, what they've done in the past where it's an HD version. Like, no, this is full on, like, top to bottom remake. And I'm guessing that means, like, same plot, but, like, better graphics and a change up of the map. I don't know. There's just
I hope for different puzzles and dungeons and whatnot.
yeah. It's just like it's kind of weird to think about, that getting a remake because it's like, yeah, Ocarina of Time is cool. We had the 3D version on 3DS, but like, let's give it a break. Let's do something else.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on the idea that they had to do a remake of that one. If they were just gonna change everything about it anyways.
Yeah.
Like the skeletal structure of a Zelda game is pretty simple.
There's a map. There's dungeons. Ganondorf is the threat. You gotta save Zelda. Like, there you go. Everything else is up to change.
So unless you have like a ton of more things to do involving time specifically, or like the music around it, and, like, Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. So
Or if we're dealing with something that involves the ever-growing and ever-confusing Zelda timeline,
do not get me started on that.
one of these days I have to.
You're gonna get me sound like a complete nerd as I dive into it and like everything I find wrong with it and just like
Oh yeah, because that's the only time we've ever ranted about a game sounding like a nerd.
yes,
Oh, no.
yes.
Everybody else has done that.
You don't understand the complexity of trying to tie all of this together.
Yep, and that was the voice of Teenage Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What gets me, like, if we're talking about the timeline, what gets me is like how it splits up into 3 different pathways. So it's like, oh, if the hero dies, if the hero lives, the adult era, the hero lives, childhood era. So it's like, are these like existing and not existing at the same time? You know, it's all just kind of based on what happens, and like, could you argue that some that are from a certain timeline don't technically exist?
Yeah, it's a weird case of Schrodinger's timeline.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I don't know how you made it so that Five Nights at Freddy's timeline seems better than that.
Yeah.
At least at that one, there's like 2.
Yeah. I liked it better when they just said, hey, every Zelda game is its own thing. It stands alone. You know, it does not need to connect in any kind of way. But no, they went and made this timeline because reasons. Somewhere else did. Where else did it? Just drop down. Just drop down. There you go.
Can't push anymore.
I guess not.
Oh, I gotta go this
Now, here's a question.
Yeah.
Is there a Zelda game that you would want to see remade? If not for Ocarina of Time, or a different one?
way.
And I know a little unfair to ask of you since your knowledge is limited.
There was a Zelda game that heavily encouraged multiplayer, right?
Yes, 4 Swords. You did that one?
I think they can improve on the idea.
Yeah. I would say do something like
I'm a sucker for having good couch co-op multiplayer stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And if it involves a good story and it involves, you know, that creativity, but also the chemistry involved with the partnership.
Yeah.
And then just think about the possibilities for puzzles that involve 2 people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's other games that are out there that are kind of like that right now, but none of them push the boundaries as much as Zelda does historically.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've said this before. I'm like, Zelda's always trying to be that one series and like outdoes everybody. And then they want to be so innovative to the point where it's like everybody else has to have their own version of that.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, expanding upon a multiplayer stuff, which I thought that Tears of the Kingdom was going to be, the way that the intro was, it made it seem like you would be able to play as both Link and Zelda.
Right. And it's like we finally got a game where you play as Zelda, but it's just like it feels like a joke.
It feels disconnected from everything else.
Yeah. And it's like, why? Why did we do it that way? See now that I'm thinking about a multiplayer game for this, I'm thinking of how I can't believe I'm saying this, how they did it in Skyward Sword. Because in that one, Link was at a school for knights. And so the tunic he wore was just the uniform for the knights.
Okay.
And his year happened to be green. The other ones wore the same style, just different colors. And so if you did something like that for the multiplayer version, it would kind of make sense. You could pick up other knights, you know, and you could be Link or you could be some other Hylian, you know?
Right? Or why stop at Hylian?
Yeah. I mean, heck, we have Hyrule Warriors, and you could play as the different races, different characters throughout the games. People love that. The Goron is the tank of the team. So it's like, hey, there's an element that you've explored, people enjoy. So it's like, bring that together.
But how much money can we make?
Yeah. So,
because unfortunately, it's usually always about that.
Now, you probably wouldn't believe my answer for what to do for a remake of any Zelda game.
Okay.
Any guesses?
Can you give me some sort of hint?
It is one of the handheld games.
So are you talking about like a change that you'd want to have happen? Because any Zelda game, and then you're mentioning a specific one. Am I talking about like a concept that you can do in the game?
No, I'm talking about full-on remake. Because, like I said, they're doing the remake of Ocarina of Time, so in that same idea, full-on remake, there's a specific game I have in mind where I want them to redo.
What is it, like a Link Between Worlds?
Close. Link's Awakening.
Did they already do that?
Oh, remake of it? No, not in that same way. That was, again, an HD version. I want to see that almost in this kind of style. Same story, but, you get a more serious looking kind of Link. That makes sense.
Sure. I just don't know how that's going to be sold. And it's like, hey, remember in what 2019 that was or something? They're like, we just made this brand new game that we called Link's Awakening a second time. Well, we're doing it again.
Hey, how was that any different than them doing 3D versions of Ocarina of Time? And now they're coming out with this other one.
Well, they're changing the concept of a lot of different things.
Yeah.
If we're just changing the aesthetic again.
Well, it would be changing the aesthetic, but also, there were some things that, you'd edit to it. But I'm just kind of, off the top of my head, I'm just kind of talking here. So. Because I like that idea that Link was just kind of in this, like, dream world. And there's the giant whale that she did a song for. That's what was having this dream. And this crazy adventure went on. I think that could be really cool if you saw fully fleshed out in something like this. Instead of just having it, handheld.
Could.
It was like, come on, if we're just remaking stuff from the past, it doesn't matter how recent the last one was. You can do it again.
Alright, well, let's just remake Tears of the Kingdom.
That's too soon. That's too soon. It's got to be at least like 5 years.
Alright, give me 2 more years to go, or whatever that it is, and then, sure enough.
And I honestly think that they're only doing that because they have no ideas for a brand new game.
I mean, they did put a lot of stuff into Tears of the Kingdom, like I said.
Yes, they did.
They've incorporated the importance of the Zonai again.
Yeah.
And while we don't have like a Midna type character anymore, but
Okay, that kind of brings up another question. Do you feel like a Zelda game needs a sidekick? Needs a guide, so to say.
it certainly helps with dialogue.
It does. It does.
After a lot of playing these kind of games, you're kind of sick of the implied conversations that are being had, and you've got nothing to say because you got nothing to show for it.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what happened in Batman, in comics. Because they were writing a lot of dialogue that was just like his inner thoughts.
Mm.
And eventually they came up with Robin, like, oh, now he has a sidekick, someone to talk to.
Right.
So. True Graphic's gonna hate that if he ever catches this. I can imagine now him calling me up. Did you just compare that trash to Batman?
Gotta love him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what happened. I thought it was. But I'm always, when it comes to the sidekicks for his games, I can take them or leave them. Because.
I don't want them to be a plot device.
Okay.
I don't think Midna is that. Midna is helping us out in her own way.
Yeah.
And she's also uniquely connected to the story. So she's implemented very well. Yeah, because you ain't doing that move without her.
Yeah.
But I also just don't want like an escort mission.
Yeah.
Or but I also don't want it so crowded because I had that problem with Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Because for those that played the game, then you'd understand that into the story, the deeper that you go, the more companions that you will have at your side in their own kind of way.
Right.
But that also means that when you're just doing basic tasks and stuff, you can activate their skill sets and not want them to.
Yeah.
So you kind of lost control over that concept.
The amount of times I've accidentally triggered the attack, especially with what's her name?
Read you?
Yes. The amount of times like I see her like attack charging, and I'm like, calm down, calm down. I'm not trying to do that yet.
No, I never really had that problem with her. I did have the problem with because I'd be out, mining for ore and whatnot, and I'm on like a difficult cliff, and yet out of nowhere I go from like, oh hey, picking up the material that I just obtained,
Yeah.
to then having him do a full on like cannonball blast, and then it blows all of my material away.
And see, like, yes, that's frustrating, but at the same time, that's partly on you because, like, you equipped the weapons he has. So that's kind of on you.
Was not a weapon.
Huh?
Was not a weapon.
It is the giant robot thing, right?
No.
No?
He's the Goron.
Oh. I don't know why I was thinking the giant robot dude you get towards the end.
No. It's not a dude.
I just, referred to as the dude. Yeah.
It was specifically implied that it was a sister.
See, funny, you said that you would have him like launch off and do his attack. I could never get him to do it on time. That was my problem with him. Rage is trigger happy. He is just like never around to do it. The Zora guy, what was his name?
Sidon?
Sidon. His is like never beneficial to me. I just it's a cool thing. Like he covers you in the water, and it's like a defense for a while. But like, yeah, it was whatever.
So yeah, what we're saying is that let's get ourselves a useful companion, but don't let them like invade what we're trying to do.
Yeah. We could probably rank the different companions over the years.
I would need a little bit more knowledge. But if you want to give a ranking right now,
honestly, you're missing like 2. That is it.
Let me guess. One of them's Fee.
Yeah.
The Skyward Sword or whatever. What's the other one?
Tattle from Majora's Mask.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are the only ones you're really missing.
All right then.
And it's like, yeah, you couldn't give a fair ranking because you haven't played those games. And you don't necessarily know how they are. So, to best to worst, I'm going to go with Midna, Tattle, Navi and Fee. Because
If he was worse than Navi, huh?
oh yeah, 10 times, 10 times worse. Uh, because Minda helps you out here. She has her own little moves and stuff. See, like, okay,
What is this thing? No matter how much we tear it apart, it just comes right back together again. We're gonna have to bash his bones into bits and keep him from reforming?
oh, okay, I got an idea. Blizzardum. So,
Then it just comes out.
Man, you blew that sucker into smithereens.
wow, that's not what I was expecting at all, but cool. Right. Grab this certain way. I got this. But yeah, Midna helps you out. She has her own moves, her own attacks that is in addition to yours, or like can be her own thing. Tattle in Majora's Mask helped you out, but I liked how sarcastic she was. And it was mostly there because this was a quick sequel to Ocarina of Time. So they basically just took all of the previous character models and gave them new roles in this game. Yeah, because their Majora's Mask was made on a bet that they couldn't come up with something within a short amount of time. So they just reused a lot of the stuff from Ocarina of Time.
So, I'm just like Nintendo, and I'm like, we just run on competition and spite.
Yeah, huh?
I literally said, "Oh, you don't think we can make it as good of a game? I bet."
Yep. That was basically what happened. And, everyone talks about Navi, how annoying she was. Hey, look, listen! That got annoying after a while. But now take that annoyance and then add in that this partner of yours is now telling you how long you've been playing the game and maybe you should take a rest. Or alerting you of the battery percentage in your controller every so often. That was Feet. So, yeah. And, oh, jeez. I just jumped. Okay. I thought I could make that joke.
And it's just like, what the heck do I do here?
So, yeah, Navi was like Captain Obvious. What's above a captain?
Lieutenant?
Fee would be Lieutenant Obvious. That's how frustrating that was. And I believe I just navigated this whole place without a map.
Yeah, meanwhile, if I had the controller, we. I forgot what room I'm in again.
What do we do?
Well, 45 minutes in, we've already done this.
Yep, because there's the boss key right there. But I can't get to that yet. So I gotta go do this thing.
I'm a bit confused by the flying skulls.
Ah, I'm confused.
Does that imply that when they were alive, they just had the wings there?
I think you might be putting a little bit too much time to it. Because, I mean, those enemies were in Ocarina of Time. Do you remember?
Whether or not I remember, it's all about like what the heck did they look like when they actually had the flesh?
Bats.
With a massive head like that?
Don't question it.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh my god, look at that key. I wonder what door this opens. All right. Are there any other creatures you kind of question from this game series? Because if you question those guys, I feel like there's a lot of other ones you do have to question as well.
So far, it's been like every single boss fight.
Yeah, yeah. Just this game in particular, or?
It's mostly this game,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna, you know, go so tunnel vision.
Yeah.
About it.
I'm gonna have to have my senses on to actually attack. All I gotta do is spin. I also love the moment that I'm, doing this, playing this game, we're on the screen. I get a bunch of messages every time.
One of them's for me.
You could easily just show me from across the room, but no, you're gonna send it to me.
Well, sometimes you might send it to other people.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. This. Yep, that closed. Okay. Come on, get up there. Oh. I don't know what I hate more. That the screen just like paralyzes me for reasons, or that he takes forever to just attack.
Is it a noise thing?
I mean, it. Do you remember the zombies that were in Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Okay.
The Gibdos. So, like, their scream paralyzes you. It's just always been a thing.
And see, and I thought it was kind of like catering to the whole sense of hearing.
No, because it happens to me as a human too. Which is another kind of cool feature they could have added. Of like being a wolf, you have certain weaknesses that you wouldn't get as a human.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. All right. Wait. All right. There's these bugs that I can't stand because like you don't necessarily like attack them. Like there's not the action of hitting them like you do with other enemies. But if they pile onto you, you're too heavy to walk across the sand. You sink faster.
Yeah, it's not really an enemy. It's just barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. And leave it to Zelda to do that. Hey, look, it's your favorite character.
Phew! Free at last! Gracious! You're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we found each other again, let's stick to each other. Let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to rap out,
Or what's a rap out? Wow.
warp out, just let me know.
No, I'm good. I like how this alien bird thing
It's just being held up.
I like how the alien bird thing recognized me as a wolf.
Yeah. Things just don't make sense sometimes.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to fight you guys. That's just where I came from.
Ooh.
Okay, maybe I do have to fight them. So you're gonna go to Bluey and to Bluey. Oh, you want some too? Bluey. So that's how I open that up. Okay.
Congratulations, Whoops Up. You've kablooied all three of them.
Can you imagine if that was the message?
I needed those things kablooied in order for me to open. Thank you for doing so.
You're welcome. No, no. Get off me, bugs. Get off me. No. Ah!
That is a terrifying sight.
Yes, yes, it is. Okay. Okay.
especially with just how easily they're able to climb and how many of them that there are.
Oh, spin! Why don't you spin? Spin! Spin attack! There we go. Alright. I can make this. Told you. And you doubted me.
I didn't say anything.
You thought it. I could hear your thoughts.
I didn't even gesture anything.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about this terrifying fight. There's something in the middle. Should I hit it? I'm gonna hit it. Because, you know, that seems like the logical thing to do.
Man, this is white people shit.
Oh my god! It's a floating sword!
A floating shopping list!
Look at this thing! Oh, God, my face. Look at this thing. Horrifying. How do you feel like being kablooied?
I've kablooied once, I will kablooey again.
Why can't I target onto you? Yeah. So. There we go. Right in the face. He's circling me. I don't like how he's circling me. You know, the skeleton guy that trained me didn't teach me anything about fighting ghosts. None of the moves he taught me can be useful here. Dang it, I'm supposed to be able to hit this back. Okay. There we go. Circling me. So now I can target onto him, stab him, slice. Aren't you supposed to turn invisible again? Oh, okay. Duh. I just realized something.
Oh.
I don't have a fairy.
I mean, a lot of these other situations, we didn't really need one.
No, but like this definitely seems like a fight where it probably should have had one. Just in case, you know? Why can I never swing at those? There we go. Okay, maybe I'm reacting.
Again, like, fine enough for all this other time. Like, and you doubted you.
Yes, I did. I know my skill level.
It was all on your thoughts
Yes.
that you could read.
That I spoke out loud.
Yeah.
So glad those have hearts. Check out this.
It's the map.
Nope. It's a spinner. You got the spinner. This ancient machine allows you to float in the air.
Okay.
So when it says you can float in the air, what do you imagine I can do?
Well, take it out, and it'll stand on it.
Yep. But it's mostly used for these right here.
Ah.
Cool little thing that you can just kind of. So, go back this way. There's also not the thing that annoys me is like the backtracking. Now, get up here. This area is so annoying because there is the certain spot I have to get to. It's like a pain to get to. Sweet, piece of heart. Here. Here. This way. Pass over here. Up here. It's really easy to get lost here because you can sometimes forget like which direction you came from, which kind of area you already checked out. Should be able to go faster. Time for you. Ah, my face. This way. Here. 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 This is kind of the dumb thing too, because like you saw that there was the treasure for the boss's key,
Yeah.
and like, oh, I've had a pretty good flow going through this temple, and like this is the spot where you tend to get stuck at. All because I got a spinner. That's where I came from. So here. Round to go. Back here. Jump across here. Jump across there.
Does this thing have its uses outside of this temple?
Yeah, it does. There's a pathway in Hyrule Field that lets you do this same thing. And it leads to a heart. There's like a couple other places. And you can go like a bit faster eventually. So
Can you just go to blue?
I'm out of bombs.
Oh,
Yeah. Alright. Was that bombs? No. How was that able to fit? Last couple times it's like, oh, but you don't have enough in your wallet. Yeah.
maybe we were just magically at 290 or something.
God, that was close.
So,
This,
okay, so you're trying to go from there, jump on there, jump over here,
jump here.
there.
This takes me up here. Here.
And then aren't you just going forward?
See, this takes me here.
Wow. Ah!
Yeah. Okay. It's timed. There's no way to destroy those things either. Ah,
It's a bit too early.
yeah. This is the final weapon for the boss fight. system.
This is considered a weapon?
Uh-huh. Because a little spin can also be used to attack.
Yeah, but I don't really think that it would be any better than everything else you have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will say, I haven't seen anything like this ever again in another Zelda game.
And I think we're kind of seeing why.
There we go.
It was kind of very late to the party as an add-on.
Oh my god. What could be in this black box? And then this part here. Da-da-da-da. Let's take the railway. Your hands would be killing you, coach.
My hands are already killed.
And I don't know what necessarily determines the speed on this thing. Because, like, you see how fast I was just going up that.
Yeah.
And what made that pathway any different than the other ones I've been using?
You still.
Yep. I'm not even pressing the button.
I can barely read it. What
Yeah.
the heck?
I don't know why it does that. Anyways, he just said some threatening stuff like, oh, you're still alive? Well, okay, I'm going to kill you. That's just the gist of it.
Do your worst in Zant.
I'm surprised you remembered his name.
Because it's a worse name than Whoop Slap.
Now, what kind of creature do you think this was?
Well, I guess I can rule out that it's not a giraffe.
What makes you say that?
Well, for one thing, I don't see it on all fours.
It's very understand that.
The other thing, I don't see any spots on it.
Are you going to see that on the skeleton?
Sure. If I'm supposed to guess the other characteristics, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and giraffes don't throw up like that.
Is it throwing up or is it breathing fire?
Well, nobody was burned.
because I wasn't near it. It's surrounded by zombies here. So, I don't think they'd be affected by the fire.
Yeah. So did anything really get burned?
It did
And if nothing gets burned, then how do you suggest that it is hot?
Good point. Good point. It looked like flames.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned that it's sand. Sand, you involve fire with that, it creates glass. I don't see glass.
Very good point.
And it needs fire.
Right? I can't believe that attack worked. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was going so slow. I was like, that attack worked. Okay.
I wish that the game would tell us like how much damage we're doing with the weapon.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I find interesting is like in other Zelda games, it does kind of tell us that.
This one's just like, I don't care how you hit it. You're gonna win.
Well, I got some news for you, Coach. Fight's not over.
Oh, is it becoming more dead?
See the head there?
Yeah.
That's what I gotta fight next. See?
And see, and this time there's no wings.
Uh-huh.
So why do the other skulls need wings?
Well, because see, this thing's alive because the magic of Zant. Like the sword that's in its forehead. So it could just fly like that. It's definitely one of those.
Sounds like Zant propaganda, but okay.
It's one of those times where the mirror is kind of messing with me. Because I'm used to like being the opposite way. Attack the weak spot. Here we go again. So one part too is those little spiky things show up. So we're gonna keep a lookout for them. Yep. Sometimes that jumps like lowers me from where I was. And I'm gonna quickly jump back. Again.
You're covering some insane distance with those jumps back and forth like that.
Yeah. Again, magic.
But you don't have Zant.
Usually I'm much higher when I do that attack. I think that's the lowest I've been for an attack. I could have swore it took 3 of those. This was a lot quicker than I remember.
Remember, it's not about the destination. It's about the weird amount of time that it takes from the 90% of the puzzle being done to the 100% being done.
Yeah.
So I don't know why this game functions this way on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
But it just does.
All right, whoops up. Let's go. We're close to the mirror of Twilight.
Okay, got 1 extra heart. So, nothing else I got to pick up here? Okay. So, let's have this quick interaction. I'll call it.
Okay.
This sets up our next collection. chamber.
So let me get this straight. You're playing the mirror chamber mirrored?
Uh-huh. Yep. I forgot this was a teleportation point. Okay. Alright. Get over here, all of you. All of you.
Oh, what was it? 6 of them?
1, 2,
And
3,
bats?
4, 5. I don't remember the bats ever being here. But... No. I can save those two. Those out. You guys mirror each other. Linda, are you really yawning? I'm sorry, does this fight bore you?
I've seen you do better.
Sweet. Again, you're yawning.
I mean, it also is late at night for her, too.
She's a small creature thing. How do we know that she needs sleep?
Well, back to our discussion of, fitness. You absolutely need sleep for that, too.
Yes.
It's one of the unspoken pillars.
I don't know about unspoken.
Well, I the way that I'm always having the conversation with other people, they understand the importance of nutrition. They understand the importance of, the exercise part. I never get enough of the conversations about actually sleeping in order to reset and charge your body so that you're able to do it the next day.
Really?
No. It's
Okay.
because I hear, athletes and stuff, they talk about that, but never like the common person.
I think that's why it's so many people fail at their fitness journeys, because there's that big piece they miss.
Yeah. I was just talking to a
Oh my god, the mirror. What happened to it? She's angry.
I was just talking to a personal trainer, and he's like, "Hey, you got 2 legs. Think of your leg, like your left leg as the exercise, and your right leg as the nutrition part of it."
The dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddess, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the mirror of twilight since ancient times. You seek it, the mirror of twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is
Crap, what was his name?
Ganondorf. Yep, and here's where Ganondorf comes in.
Dan and Gorf.
He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in hopes of establishing. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder renowned for his ruthlessness. But he was blind. Oh, now he's blind? So that makes him evil? In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger. Thus was he exposed, subdued, and brought to justice.
Yeah, quicken the pace of reading.
Yeah.
Only speed readers can play this game.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you trying to act out a scene?
Yet.
Oh,
Our son divine, Frank, he too had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods. We're dead.
we were already dead. How did you do that? I don't want to be double dead. Why didn't we think of that earlier?
Mm-hmm.
That guy was just more collateral damage.
Right? His abiding hatred and lust power turned to purest malice. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant.
You're now just figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late.
Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the mirror of Twilight. So Zant could merely break it into pieces. Once broken by magic, the mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. One is in the snowy mountain heights. One is in an ancient grove. And one is in the heavens. You who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the three pieces. But you must be prepared, for dangerous power resides in those fragments.
And it just looked at him like, "You really buying this BS?"
So yeah, that is our next goal. Collect those pieces.
It's the quest to solve the three-piece puzzle.
Yep.
Well, we'll have to do it next time.
Yep. But did you want to finish your thought about, rest and fitness?
Right. So on the left leg, if you imagine your exercise, and on your right leg, you imagine the nutrition aspect. He was kind of demonstrating. It was like you could walk on one leg and just kind of drag the other one around.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen in that one leg that you're always using? It's gonna get burnt out. You're gonna overuse it. So in order to balance those two things, because on the other hand, or literally on the other leg, it's not going to go used at all. So therefore, your feelings for it could atrophy. So if the only thing that you cared about was one of those things, then you're missing out on a key component that helps you move forward towards your goal faster. And I'm like, cool, but there's a third leg, if you will, that you have to use for sleep. Because when you're not on one of them, you have to charge yourself so that both can be used. And then we're just kind of moving around like a tripod, I guess. So, yeah, like if you're just doing a bunch of exercise and if you're doing all the eating well, but you're not sleeping properly,
yep,
then your body's not going to have enough time in order to see the benefits of it.
Yeah.
And if you're sleeping and eating, but you're not exercising, well, you're just a regular person at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really going to see a whole lot of fitness improvement there. And if all you're doing, or, if you're sleeping and exercising, well, then you're stunting your own growth.
Yep.
Because you need the nutrients in order to support your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you either need to consume something to help you sleep or consume something to help you exercise. So, like, don't abandon any of those qualities. So, with that, Ray, what is our recap PSA?
Well, we've had a lot of fun tonight. It's not fun. Shoehorning in a villain at the last second of this game, just because you don't feel strongly enough about the villain you created. When you're trying to get into fitness and you're given horrible advice, or you haven't done enough research and you're missing that one key component that's going to make all the difference in your progress. So remember, folks, lock your doors, lock your windows, travel safe, and don't die.
We shall see you tomorrow. Hopefully Bioshock 2 for real.
Yes.
I know all of our viewer is waiting for the day that we do that.
Yeah.
So, and that viewer is me later on.